Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Dakota's Political Circle. And today I want to talk about how Tulsi Gabbard has been officially confirmed as the Director of National Intelligence. Now, a lot of people were speculating that, like before this, they were speculating that she wasn't going to get enough votes and that she was basically the least likely out of all Trump's cabinet nominations to actually, pass through the Senate or even the committee itself. And luckily, after all odds, Tulsi did get confirmed. But I'll explain to you who voted for her, who voted against her, and everything like that. But I am actually really thrilled to see Tulsi Gabbard get confirmed. Specifically because I personally really care for Tulsi Gabbard. I think she's really awesome. I think she has a bright political future ahead. Like, I actually want to show you right here before I show you the video of her getting confirmed. I actually want to show you right here. So I actually made a post on Twitter, and I was saying how Tulsi Gabbard was the first ever was the only ever Democrat I ever supported for president. And I know a lot of her some of her issues in the past when she did run as a Democrat for president, they were more Bernie Sanders esque. But I actually supported her back then. I was actually a big supporter of Tulsi Gabbard. But also I was a bigger supporter of Donald Trump. Like I was way bigger of Donald Trump. But if by example, if Donald Trump ever did face Tulsi Gabbard back then, if Biden didn't get through, it would have been a hard choice for me. But I probably would have picked Trump because I know he would have still kept America great. But I really did support Tulsi Gabbard a lot during the Democrat primaries back then. I was a big supporter of her. I mean, she was in the military. She had a lot of good issues when it came to lots of things. Now, there were some issues with her that were very, worrying, like with abortion and some other examples as well. She just, there was a little bit of a mix that I didn't like, but compared to all the other Democrats, she really showed the most appeal to me. And she actually seemed like she cared about people and was actually anti-war, which most Democrats aren't. So that's why I really did support her a lot. And I actually had her book, and you can see on my thing right here, I was talking about it, how she overcame all odds and everything like that. And I talked about having her autograph and everything. And yeah, I do have her book. Her book is, For Love of the Country. That's when she, left the Democrat Party, which is really awesome to read if you guys haven't read it. I'm really happy to know that I, have her signature. I'm really happy to know that she actually is succeeding after her departure from the Democratic Party. I mean, she's the director of national intelligence now, and it's just really awesome to see. For someone that doesn't really support many Democrats, when it comes to Tulsi Gabbard, it's very different for me, and I'm really happy to see that she is, succeeding. Just like, for example, like RFK Jr. in a way, except, Tulsi was actually a representative before, so it's a little bit different. But going away from that, let's talk about the actual vote. So she did get confirmed. She got confirmed. I believe it was, you can actually see in my picture here. She got confirmed 52 to 48. So there was one person that snuck out, and I'll actually show you who it was. But she did get confirmed. I'm very happy to see it. A lot of people were against her because, they thought she was a Russian asset and stuff like that, which was very odd because there was no evidence of it, and they thought she was an Assad sympathizer. So it's just really weird to see, so many people against it. But luckily, she did get through it. I'm really happy to see that. But let's watch the video real quick before we get into some more stuff.
All right, we have breaking news now. We have been watching, monitoring while that hearing was going on Doge. We will get right back to it. But for now, Tulsi Gabbard has enough votes to become the next Director of National Intelligence. This would be the 14th member confirmed of Trump's choices for the cabinet. 6 more to go. I understand that as the count that we are working with. All right, we have breaking news now.
It mainly just talked about her getting confirmed. And also, if you guys knew, like, if you watched my video on the cabinet nominations, I gave her an A+. I thought she'd be a great candidate for, Director of National Intelligence. So I'm very happy she was able to get through. I really wanted her for Secretary of Defense, but I'm really glad how Pete Hegseth turned out. I didn't expect him to be that great. I expected him to be like an A, but he's actually looking like an A plus right now. He looks way better than I expected. So I'm actually kind of glad Tulsi got the Director of National Intelligence instead of the Secretary of Defense, because if you did put Pete Hegseth in it and just gave him the national intelligence, I don't think it would be as great as, Secretary of Defense. So I'm glad everything worked out. It worked out really well. And to show you right here exactly who voted for and who voted against her. So every single Democrat, and I'm telling you, this is crazy because you would think at least one Dem would vote for Tulsi Gabbard, because she was a former Dem that was wildly supported. But not a single Democrat in the Senate voted for her. And what I'm telling you is none of them abstained. Like, it was just a complete full force no vote. You even got like people like John Fetterman, the one that's trying to act like a middle ground Dem, is literally not supporting someone that was a former Dem. And then you have also, and I'll actually show you right here why I'm kind of irritated about this. You got Bernie Sanders, and I'll actually show you why in a second. You got Bernie Sanders voting against her. But first, let me show you the Republican that actually went against her. And you probably know who it is. It is Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell, even though, Susan Collins and Murkowski went for her, Mitch McConnell, the one that can't even speak sentences anymore or stand up on his own, has to have a wheelchair all the time, is probably might even get ousted by Kentucky because of how incompetent he is right now, is literally voting against, Tulsi Gabbard, and he won't even explain why. It's just absurd to see, this guy right here. He's the most despised person in Congress. He's the one person that Democrats hate and Republicans hate. Every side hates Mitch McConnell, and I believe he has like an 80% disapproval rating. Like, he really, really sucks. And it's just annoying. Like, Kentucky can get better than that. Like, they have Rand Paul, and you're going to tell me you can't get someone like Rand Paul. You have to have Mitch McConnell. Like, come on now. And I think I'm right about Rand Paul. I think Rand Paul is from Kentucky. I don't want to be wrong, but I do think so. But, it really sucks that, Mitch McConnell has to be an idiot all the time. And I really do hope Kentucky somehow ousts him or something like that, or Congress impeaches him, just something to get rid of him, because he's just a disgrace when it comes to the Republican Party in the Senate. Yeah, Rand Paul is the other Kentucky senator. I just wanted to make sure, but yeah, Kentucky, you need to get over with. I know you have a Democrat governor, but I think you have a bill. I think you have a law in place now that I think Congress has to, the Kentucky Congress has to approve of, replacing someone. So I think that would work out if you guys actually ended up doing that. But to bring up the Bernie Sanders thing I was talking about. So Bernie Sanders absolutely loved Tulsi Gabbard in the past. Absolutely loved her, no matter what. Like he absolutely loved Tulsi Gabbard. And basically said, she put her life on the line to defend this country. And then he said, Tulsi, it's outrageous to say Tulsi is a foreign asset. Which all Dems were questioning that during this nomination process. And you know what? He literally ended up voting against Tulsi Gabbard. And you got to remember, if you look at the past, remember, Tulsi Gabbard was the co-DNC chair. And she left it because, she was a strong supporter of Bernie. She left it for Bernie. She did so many things to support Bernie Sanders over the establishments like Hillary Clinton and stuff, or Biden. But, he could have at least at one point done something for her. But because she switched parties, went to Republican, he's like, nope, I gotta be a shill. And honestly, I used to have respect for Bernie Sanders. Like, I used to have a big respect for him. Even though I had a lot of views that weren't with him at all, I had a lot of respect for him. But, Bernie Sanders is finally becoming a shill to corporations and to the Democrat Party. Now he's not even seeming like an independent anymore. And luckily, he's probably going to be out of Congress sometime soon. But it really sucks the Bernie Sanders of 2016 isn't around anymore. It more or less seems like he's just, a shill now. He really doesn't have his opinions anymore. He just acts like he's an independent now, not like he used to be. But I didn't want to bring that up, just to show how much horrible Bernie Sanders has become, just to oppose someone that he knows is still a good person, and that wouldn't be it wouldn't actually be an Assad sympathizer or anything like that. But also to bring up another thing, right here, she actually did officially get sworn in, so she's officially sworn in now. Usually it takes a day or so for them to be sworn in, but she actually got sworn in today. So she has been sworn in. It's really great for that because she is officially getting to work. And also to bring one more thing up, looking right here, RFK Jr. did pass closure. So that means most likely tomorrow there will be a vote on RFK Jr. Becoming, the HHS secretary. So that's really great, and obviously 53 to no Dems. I kind of expected no Dems to vote for RFK Jr. It's kind of expected because of his, his policy on like health and stuff like that. Dems really despise it. But when it comes to Republicans, they all support it, and it's very odd because Mitch McConnell supports him, but he doesn't support Tulsi. Like, I think Mitch McConnell's just stupid, and he doesn't like know what's going on, so he just thinks someone's bad, so he just votes against them. But his brain's not working. That's how I see Mitch McConnell as of right now. But yeah, that's basically what happened today. Tulsi Gabbard did get confirmed, and in my opinion, this is my favorite one that did get confirmed because she was the one. She's the first Democrat I ever supported as a president. I even have her presidential pin in my room. I have lots of stuff when it comes to Tulsi, but I also am a big Trump supporter, so it's a very odd mix. But I also wouldn't consider myself hard, right wing or anything like that. Some people will probably see this channel and think I'm like a big right wing supporter. That's not the case. I'd probably consider myself, like probably slightly right wing, where the centrist is. I'm not centrist, but I'm like slight right. That's where I put me because I have very radical left views, but I also have very radical right views. And I don't want to say them specifically on the channel, but just to give you like a gist, like in a way, I do support, some Bernie Sanders stances when it comes to it, but also I support massive, stuff Trump supports like tariffs. I support, abortion should never be a thing, period, whatsoever. Abortion should be outlawed. That's what I also believe, which that's not really a Trump thing. That's more of a right-wing extremist thing. But when it comes to the left, I support, rent caps, which that's actually an interesting thing because, rent caps to the left are very, very left-wing. So a lot of, even in California, for example, a lot of people oppose it, which is very odd because you would think that a rent cap would not be opposed in a state like California, but it usually is. But I don't want to bring too much into it since this is more about Tulsi Gabbard and stuff in this video. But I kind of wanted to bring that up because I was a big supporter of her when she did run, and I'm also a big supporter of Trump as well. But anyway, I'm really happy to see that Tulsi did get the Director of National Intelligence confirmed, and she is officially sworn in. And hopefully tomorrow, RFK Jr. will be voted in. And I'll definitely make a video on that as well to talk about him and what he could be pushing into that role, which would be really, really interesting because I do know a little bit about RFK Jr., so I'll be able to talk about that. With Tulsi, it's more about national intelligence. Nothing too crazy to talk about. It's just more about the role itself. That's why I really wanted to talk about it. And also, Tulsi Gabbard's a big figure as well. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And also, if you guys didn't see the last video, it would actually pop up on the screen. The last video I did was, I believe it was Vance versus Newsom for like a 2028 early prediction. I'm going to do those like probably every 3 months or so. So you'll probably see them every once in a while, probably on the 12th, I would assume, of those months. But yeah, check that video out if you really want to. It's a really good video. I'll definitely do some other predictions as well in the future because Trump, 2028 is a pretty long ways away. 2026 is way closer though, so I'll definitely do more Senate videos and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know in the comments how you feel about this pick. I know there's some Republicans that are kind of iffy on Tulsi Gabbard. When it comes to, her being a right wing or anything like that, or being an Assad sympathizer. But I think she's fine, you just never know. But we'll see how well she does in the role. So far, everyone in the Trump administration has been doing really, really great. And I'm very excited about it. I'm not sure how many other cabinet members I'll be talking about left. I know I'll be talking about RFK Jr. I know I'll be talking about Lori. I can't remember her last name. But Lori for, Secretary of Labor, I think it is. I'll definitely talk about her if she gets confirmed, because I really like her as well. I'm not sure if there's many others left besides that to talk about, because there's not many other big ones left. But if there is, I'll definitely talk about them. I'll just have to check. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.